The Lord be with you. From the Holy Gospel according to Saint Matthew. Chapter 9, verses 32 to 38. A demoniac who could not speak was brought to Jesus. And when the demon was driven out, the mute man spoke. The crowds were amazed and said, "Nothing like this has ever been seen in Israel." But the Pharisees said, "He drives out demons by the prince of demons." Jesus went around to all the towns and villages, teaching in the synagogues, proclaiming the gospel of the kingdom, and curing every disease and illness. At the sight of the crowds, his heart was moved with pity for them, because they were troubled and abandoned, like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest is abundant, but the laborers are few. So ask the master of the harvest to send out laborers for his harvest." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Our Gospel this morning has a very modern English translation. In other English translations of our Gospel this morning, they call the mute man and at the same time possessed as a dumb demoniac. We don't use anymore the term dumb, D-U-M-B, for someone who could not speak, because it has a connotation of, in Filipino, if you are called dumb, bobo. So mas politically correct and spiritually correct itong ating translation of our gospel this morning. A mute man. Kaya kapag may isang taong hindi makapagsalita, speech impediment, huwag po nating tatawaging dumb. Yun yung old English term for people who could not speak. We call them mute, or just simply a person who has a speech impediment. And in our gospel this morning, Jesus makes two miracles. He exorcised the demon possessing this man who was mute. On the other hand, this man who could not speak must be very much troubled. And because of his despair, this was the opportunity for the devil to possess him. Kaya't sa modernong panahon, kapag tayo ay masyadong nawawala ng pag-asa, diyan papasok yung depression. And sometimes, according to our diocesan exorcist, Father Agalito Tarog, kapag masyadong depressed ang person, yan yung mga openings na kung saan pumapasok yung evil spirits sa ating isip, puso at kaluluwa. Kaya't malaki yung ginawa ng Panginoon dito. Hindi lang niya ginamot yung tao na makapagsalita muli, kundi pati yung kanyang severe depression na naging opening ng evil spirit, sinara niya at pinalayas niya yung mga evil thinking ng tao, kasi masyado siyang desperado at talagang depressed siya. Namangha yung mga tao, wala daw silang nakikitang ganito. Subalit yung mga leaders ng religious establishment nung araw, nung panahon ni Jesus, hindi nila makita yung the wonder of God in these miracles. Minasama pa nila. Ang sabi ng mga Pariseo, He drives out demons by the prince of demons. Kasi prinsipe siya ng mga demonyo, kaya may kapangyarihan siya sa mga demonyo. So minsan talaga sa ating buhay, may mabuti tayong ginagawa, minamasama pa. Huwag tayong mawala ng pag-asa dahil kahit ang Panginoon nga, marami siyang ginawang mabuti, kaya lang minamasama. Especially by not only the religious establishment, but also the civil establishment. Hindi ito naging hadlang para sa kanya, pinagpatuloy niya yung kanyang mga gawain. At habang pinagpapatuloy niya, nakita niya yung lawak ng dapat gawing mabuti. Take note, during the time of Jesus, walang universal health care. Walang mga barangay health centers, walang medical profession, walang St. Luke's, Makati Med. They were just left on their own. Paano kaya yung mga taong may sakit? And aside from that, pinapabigat pa ang kanilang buhay ng religious establishment by all the rules and regulations. Lalong-lalo na yung diskriminasyon na kapag ikaw ay may sakit, ay makasalanan ka kasi. Magdusa ka. They were so burdened. Kaya sinabi niya sa mga disipulo, napakaraming dapat gawin. Kaya lang walang mga manggagawa. Pray to the master of the harvest to send out laborers for his harvest. Sa ating panahon ngayon, ano kaya ang masasabi ng Panginoon sa panahon ng pandemya? Mahabag ba siya sa sitwasyon ng mga tao sa buong daigdig? Palagay ko, sasabihin niya sa mga disipulo niya, ngayon, continue to pray and ask the master of the harvest to send out more laborers for his harvest. Papalagay ko, mangyak-ngyak si Jesus na sasabihin niya ito ngayon. Lalong-lalo na sa panahon ng pandemya. Despite all the modern advances in medical science, napakarami pang nangangailangan ng medical care, spiritual care. Pag sinabi nating ask the master of the harvest to send out laborers for his harvest, hindi lang ito pare at madre. Hindi ko lang, sayang wala yung mga madre ngayon eh. Tatanungin ko sana ngayon yung mga madre kung kamusta na ang vocation recruitment sa panahon ng pandemya. Nagkaroon ba ng epekto rin ang pagre-recruit ng mga vocations? May mga pumapasok pa ba sa seminaryo at sa mga kumbento sa panahon ng pandemya? Kasi pag nagkaroon ng 1, 2, or 3-year gap yung recruitment, malaking bagay po yun. Kulang na po tayo ng pare at mga madre, mga relihiyoso. At pag ito ay nagkaroon pa ng 2 or 3-year gap, lalong kulang ang ating mga manggagawa. These laborers for the harvest does not refer only to priests and religious sisters. This also refers to our medical frontliners who are there, pagod na pagod. They risk their lives. They sacrifice time for their families. Kulang na kulang, lalong-lalo na sa ating bansa. Dahil yung mga medical frontliners natin, for the sake of survival, they had to go abroad just to survive. At talagang kalunos-lunos naman talaga ang sitwasyon ng mga nurse at mga doktor sa ating mga ospital. Talagang sila ang mga bagong bayani natin. Yung mga nananatili sa Pilipinas, talagang sasaludo tayo sa kanilang sakripisyo. Kulang na kulang. This also refers to the medical frontliners in our time of the pandemic. And these laborers also could refer to authentic servant leaders in society. From the least barangay tanod, barangay captain, kagawad, up, straight up to the President of the Republic. Kailangan natin talaga ng mga authentic servant leaders. laborers for His harvest. So my dear brothers and sisters, in this Eucharistic celebration, yan po ang ipagdasal natin, na sana ay patuloy ang mga tao na magbukas ang kanilang puso para tumulong sa ating kapwa, lalong-lalo na sa panahon ng pandemya. Ipagdasal din natin na sana huwag tayong dumagdag sa pabigat. Mabigat na nga ang pinapasa ng daigdig ngayon at pagdadagdagan pa natin, mahirap na po yun. Katulad nung naranasan ng mga tao sa panahon ni Jesus, napakabigat ng kanilang sitwasyon, pinapabigat pa ng religious establishment and the civil establishment.